is this granddaughter?
Granddaughter's 22.
Oh, well.
And
Okay.
then, yeah, and then she's probably gonna move, well, I know she is, she's gonna move to Florida.
On the farm, we have a patch.
But in the beginning, she couldn't even take care of the baby.
Think about it. Don't stand there.
Emily has stepped in.
Okay.
So baby's with them in Florida. She,
Nice knowing you and good luck down in Springfield. I'm sure you'll do well.
and yeah, emotionally and physically.
It was great working with you.
Oh, yeah, with my farm friends.
Hopefully we'll do it someday again.
No, life has to go on, right, Claire?
He really does. For their healing, they need the grandson. No, they
Okay.
really do. They need the baby. They need Bethany. Because their life, you know. They went to heaven and was. They're like, I live in Naples. I'm like, it's a great place. So we'll get through it all. Other daughter, about a mile from me, and she's the one that had Sansa. Yeah, so they're here, and then my grandson. He lives here too in Illinois.
We tried Texas State many times.
You know, it's certainly, you know, but,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's
We just
Christmas.
had Mr. Kenyon lurking here.
No, I'm not listening like she does. I just want to
What's with
say
that hair today?
how sorry I am about your
Thank you.
circumstance. My father-in-law, mother-in-law had a real tragedy, and he said one of the things that bothered him is people never said anything. Yeah, he was murdered, see,
Oh, yeah.
and
And people don't know.
well, you know,
Just knowing, I mean, people.
oh, I'm
Means a lot
really
to you.
sorry.
It
Yeah,
really does mean a lot because you
Here.
are there and
They're out
everybody's
there.
knowledge, yeah. People don't. You know that people do care about it,
Yeah.
and it's important. Nat, are you coming down here? What do you want to, okay,
Yeah,
then I'm just gonna stay if you don't care.
we're ready from a technology standpoint, so.
I'm gonna shut my door.
I heard two numbers on the positive.
Yes. He could refund the pension. Because he wasn't gonna take one, remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, things are turning.
I should have said I'd like to give. Why is this? Do we know why? Is it in the schools? It's not apparently in the nursing homes. Is it?
Thoughts on, just a. Be the chairman. Of this committee? Yeah, okay. I thought so.
Yeah, I think the only thing that
Right.
is that we just need to make sure that we're. Fortunately, I think people.
Right, right.
Well, nobody has resources, okay?
Right.
Did you want me to give an announcement?
We were-
Right.
That we are. we're pretty busy.
Of course, that's
Everybody online, we're still probably about 5 minutes away from starting. We have a couple of committee members that are still following up on items from the last meeting. So please be patient.
Thanks, Blair.
It could happen, you know?
Good morning. For those online, we'll call this a 2-minute warning.
How are we gonna count?
I know that our whole committee's here. If you want to pass along to Karen, that's fine.
Doing okay, Mr. Rowe? Doing well?
Wonderful.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Glad to hear that.
Yes.
All right, good morning. We'll get rolling here. For those of you online, thanks for joining us. To paint the picture of the room here, it is rather vacant. We have Commissioners Weber, Hernandez, and Lewis here, and Karen and Blair are making us look good. So seeing as how it's 10:25, just past the hour of 10 a.m., we'll call our meeting to order of the Legislative Committee here on Wednesday, November the 18th, 2020. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Sanchez,
Here.
Hernandez,
Here.
Iqbal,
Iqbal present.
Lewis,
Here.
Sturgis,
Sturgis here.
Weber,
Here.
Hanson.
Here. Thank you, and I know everyone at home is adhering to the dress code and all of your social distancing norms and requirements. So with that, we'll go on to the
Yes, we
second
are.
item of business. Like to have a motion to approve the minutes from October the 21st, 2020. So moved by Commissioner Lewis. Seconded by Commissioner Weber. Clerk, please call the roll.
Hernandez,
Yes.
Iqbal,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Sturgis,
Sturgis, yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Sanchez.
Yes.
Minutes are approved. Next order of business is public comment. I don't see anyone in the room. Blair, is anyone online looking to comment? Okay. I'll be a member of the public soon, so you never know, I might sneak back here one of these days and make a comment. But with that, or is there any old business not listed on the agenda? The always standing item on our agenda, legislative update. We are lucky to have my state representative, Barbara Hernandez, and our colleague on the committee here. It's my understanding that the veto session in Springfield has been canceled. What is going on in Springfield these days regarding our legislature?
So there's not a lot of update with that currently. As you mentioned, I should have been in Springfield this week. Unfortunately, because of the COVID pandemic, it was canceled. It's also canceled for the month of December. We were scheduled to also be there for the first week of December. So unfortunately, I'm not looking to go until maybe January. We have inauguration on January 13th. We still don't know how it's going to look like. So with that being said, a few projections that we can maybe make is because of the fair tax that didn't get through in November. Unfortunately, we will have to look at cutting a few things, social services and other funding as well. But at the same time, it's something the governor has mentioned is that maybe an increase of income tax might happen. I'm not sure how my colleagues will feel about that. I know we have a few new colleagues, so that's something that we're just thinking about right now. But we'll see what's going on. And as the governor mentioned yesterday, Friday, we'll have a statewide Tier 3 mitigation. That's all I have.
I think we won't jump around too much, but I do want to thank you for being my state rep, for being my colleague here on the board, for being a member of this committee. I can't imagine what's going to be in front of everyone in Springfield next year. That's going to be a monumental task to figure out what stays, what goes, and what needs to be trimmed and what's going to get gutted. So Godspeed and blessings to you and all the work that's going to be in front of you. I hope that you'll continue to be a voice for my district and for this county down there. And you have a better feel for the way municipal government works than many do because you've been a part of it. So thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for what you're going to do. And please keep us informed as constituents or citizens of Kane County through your newsletters. I think they're fantastic. I know that you don't do those alone. You have staff that you can thank for some of that, but keep up the good work.
Thank you. And I really appreciate everybody that I got to meet during these 4 years. It was a pleasure to be next to you in the easiest times and also in the difficult times. Please consider me as a resource. This is not a goodbye. I would love to come back and update you as much as I can on what's going on in Springfield and how I can help. the county has a big place in my heart because of what Matt said. It was a learning curve for me. It was a great opportunity to learn more of what the community needs and what they're currently struggling with. And I can bring that now to Springfield as well. So once again, please feel free to contact me, reach out. If there's anything I can do to help, I'll be there.
Barbara, this is Jarrett. I want to thank you personally in this meeting. I didn't know everyone was going to be there. Otherwise, I would have been there. So I apologize for that. But been a very important member of this committee and the board as well. And 4 years, we both started at the same time. So the learning curve is real, you know, and it's been a fun ride. I've enjoyed having you around. A lot of good memories. Look forward to keeping in touch as you go and continue to kick butt in Springfield. So thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Hanson, can I speak?
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. I'm used to Jarrett running the
I know,
show.
You were listening to the train. I know, you're like,
I see the
wow.
train and I get
That's a
mesmerized.
train.
Oh,
Yeah.
America's moving. I'm not a part of it today. Commissioner Lewis.
I just wanted to reiterate what my colleagues have said, Barbara. It has been a pleasure. I've known you for a number of years, but getting to know you on a more personal basis here these last 2 years. And thank you. You're also my representative down in Springfield. And I think it's really good because, as he said, you do know the county stuff now too. And so you're always our biggest advocate and will remain that. And it's been a pleasure. I hope we continue to remain friends.
Yeah, get some good committee assignments and don't be afraid to be on that. I forget the name of it, the one with the municipal government group. And then we'll come talk to you, I promise. Any other legislative updates before we move on to new business? I just have a couple comments under that category, but we've been hoping for a while that there would be a second round of financial stimulus from our leaders in Washington, and the political football keeps on getting fumbled. I hope something changes with that soon. I thought we would be looking at revised or easier ways to use CARES Act money. And I think we're going to get to the finish line and spend and allocate and distribute what we have, but we haven't had any extension for a timeline to be able to do that. And that's unfortunate. And whether it be this group and or the CAC committee going forward, and certainly the full board, I hope there's going to be more federal aid coming that the board going forward can discuss utilization and making sure it gets out in a timely fashion to those that need it the most. When the time comes when there actually is something to be voted on, whether if that happens in the next 2 weeks and I'm around or not, I can promise you I'll be calling my representation in Washington to make sure it goes through. And I hope everyone here does the same thing. Anyone else with new business before I have a couple of parting thoughts? Anyone online?
I got nothing.
No, that's not true. You got plenty, and you got 4 more years, or at least 2 more years to share it. Okay, well, I'll break the deafening silence. I wanted to thank everyone on this committee and also apologize at the same time. There's been times where I've absolutely thought that this group could have done more and we should have done more, but we were shackled. The time that I did spend in Springfield when it came to the work on the Capitol bill and other issues where I happened to be in Springfield, I just don't understand why this county doesn't have a lobbyist, either full-time or part-time. And if it's the will of the board going forward to see value in engaging and making requests in the right way, the formalized way, the polite way, the professional way, whether it be around this area or in Springfield or in Washington, I think it's something that this board and hopefully this committee will consider. Temper tantrums, name calling, scolding, lectures, finger pointing are not effective ways to get things accomplished. And the person that chooses to operate that way hurts the entire county. Every time we open our mouths, every time we have a marketing idea, that's kind of lobbying. And we're all lobbyists in a certain way. And I've felt like this committee has been held back for one reason and for one reason only. And I hope that it's still a desirable committee to be a part of in the board going forward. And I know that the board and the committee will have an easier time of engaging with our elected officials, whether if they come to Kane County in Geneva or you visit them in Springfield or in Washington. I know there's enough professionals that'll find the right way to engage, whether it be us or a lobbyist. But that's my one request, and I apologize that we couldn't have accomplished more. That whirlwind session of early 2019, I don't think we'll ever see that much legislation passed in Springfield ever again. That was an absolute blender. And then we went into this COVID era where there really was an entire session for us to pursue some of our legislative needs. But we will get through this COVID pandemic era and things will start to resemble life before COVID. And that includes pursuing our objectives and pursuing our needs as a county through Springfield and through Washington. And I hope that there's a creativity and the desire for the people on this committee to stay with it. And whatever the new committee looks like, that it can be effective. And by doing it the right way, you're going to feel better about being a part of the committee too. Anita?
Thank you. See, there was no train whistle, so you actually saw me. I just want to thank you personally because when I came on this committee, I didn't really know that much about what really happened in Springfield. You know, I know about Aurora and Kane County, but Springfield, no. Although I feel like I've not been a very effective board member because I did not know a lot, I've learned so much from you, you know, about the inner workings of how the state things run. And so that, you know, those kind of things. So I'm definitely going to ask to be on it in the next 2 years. And I hope I can, you know, do a better job actually advocating for the county more. And I hope that I can continue to use you as a resource on some things on a personal basis.
Well, thank you, and absolutely. I don't plan on moving. I've got 15 more years to play trains, and Aurora is my home base, so I plan on sticking around.
I know where you hang out if it ever opens again.
That's right. That too. Anyone online for new business or for comments or commentary? Again, I thank everyone that took the time to join today, and for being a part of this committee.
Matt, I'd like to say thank you. Being a co-chair with you for 2 years, learned a lot from you. We had some good experiences, some interesting fights. You showed that you're a fighter. You don't back down when you think something's right. You speak out, you hold your ground, you say what needs to be said, and those are really good qualities. And I know you carry that with you everywhere you go. So thank you for being a part of this committee and really fighting for us. You know, your work on the Capitol bill, you put so much work into that. And we were semi-successful, and even though we knew we were tilting at windmills at times, but it's been a good learning experience for me, and I think this committee has a lot of room for growth, as you mentioned, regrowth, and I look forward to being a part of that in some way in the next 2 years. So don't be surprised if I give you a phone call here and there and say, hey, what are your thoughts about this? And maybe don't kick me off the train next time when I don't have money, okay?
We can't police the trains anymore. That's part of the problem. We need new Metro board members. But no, thank you for the kind words. I think everyone's initiatives and whatever is pursued in Springfield or elsewhere will be a lot easier in a few weeks. And I don't need to tell you why.
Matt Surgis here.
Hello, Cliff.
Hey, you know what, you and I have spoken personally, but I'll say publicly, it has been absolutely a pleasure to get to know you and build some camaraderie and friendships. And I wish you the best on whatever life has in store for you. But as with Dr. Jeffers, leave your cell phone and don't pick up the call. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Cliff. We'll see if you're that friendly tomorrow when we're cacking.
Bring it, baby. Let's go. Appreciate everything you do.
Thanks, man. All right. I believe there's no need for executive session once again. Thank you. So with that, we need a motion for a last call. Any other comments or input from the folks online? Perfect. Thanks for being-
Sturgis again here. Hey, Jared, I left you a message last night. If you can give me a call today, I'd appreciate it. And Matt, you as well, if you have just a few minutes.
I'll be around.
Offline. Thanks.
I didn't get it, but thanks for letting me know. So now I know.
Okay.
All right. So with that said, thanks for your patience again with the late start. Frankly, the Public Health Committee meeting had a much heavier agenda, and the time spent to acknowledge outgoing Director Jeffers is way more important than anything we did here today. With all that said, I need a motion to adjourn. Ms. Lewis and Ms. Hernandez, seconds. And we can do this by voice vote. All in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Too bad I couldn't see you today, but you didn't miss anything not seeing me.
Point.
Enjoy the rest of your day.